So India, Nepal. New government was recently elected in Nepal. So when we talk of Nepal, 1751 kilometer long border across five Indian states, open border that allows citizens of both countries to freely travel without visas or passports, integrated checkposts. Why we are given 1751 किलोमीटर, चलो ये हम कहीं यूज़ कर सकते हैं 1751 किलोमीटर बॉर्डर अक्रॉस फाइव स्टेट्स 1751. सो इंडिया नेपाल ट्रीटी ऑफ पीस एंड फ्रेंडशिप, मुझे ना ये इतना अच्छा नहीं लगा एज कम्पेयर टू वट आई हैड रेड वंस ऑफ इंडिया एंड नेपाल वेयर इज सफारी. Yeah, I find this one is more nice. More nice, is it a word? Yeah, so we can start it like this, that India Nepal Treaty of Peace and Friendship of 1950 forms the basis of the relations between the two countries, characterized by open border and deep rooted people to people contacts of kinship and culture. Wait, let me see. India-Nepal Treaty of Peace and Friendship forms the basis of the relations between the two countries that share 1751 kilometer of borders, 1751 kilometer of open, characterized by open border and deep rooted. So India-Nepal Treaty of Peace and Friendship of Peace and Friendship, India Nepal Treaty of Peace and Friendship 1950 forms the basis of relations between two countries. India Nepal Treaty of Peace and Friendship 1950 forms the basis of relations between the two countries. So India-Nepal Treaty of Peace and Friendship 1950 forms the basis of relations between the two countries, characterized by open border, which has open border and deep-rooted people-to-people contact. Open border and deep-rooted people-to-people contact. So when we talk about the areas, I find this much better. Trade and Pehla trade. Largest trading partner of Nepal and highest source of FDI. So trade, largest trading partner and highest source of FDI. The second is connectivity and development. So trade, highest trading partner, highest trading partner and the largest source of FDI. Highest trading partner and the largest source of FDI for connectivity and development. India to fund 3 major transmission corridors in Nepal. Forget about this. Twin integrated check posts. इसमें चेक पोस्ट का कोई पॉइंट था ना, कनेक्टिविटी के लिए इंटीग्रेटेड चेक पोस्ट्स at Birgunj, that is Nepal's first ever integrated check post. Just remember one only, yaar. Birgunj. Nepal's first ever integrated check post. So Birgunj, Nepal's first ever integrated check post. Revised Treaty of Transit that would provide Nepal access to inland waterways of India. So revised Treaty of Transit that would provide Nepal access to inland waterways of India. Nepal access to inland waterways. Revised Treaty of Transit. So connectivity and development integrated check post at Birgunj. Transit provide Nepal access to inland waterways of India. So inland waterways because they are politically. So trade, connectivity, political insecurity. Priority partner of India under the, so political में ले आओ, trade में ले आओ. See how you will open the dimensions. Trade ले आओ, connectivity and development ले आओ, especially with the neighboring countries. कुछ ना कुछ India connectivity and development में कर ही रहा होगा. So integrated check post Birgunj, that is Nepal's first ever integrated check post. So integrated check post Birgunj, that is Nepal's first ever integrated check post, and revised Treaty of Transit that would provide Nepal access to inland waterways of India. Revised Treaty of Transit. Revised Treaty of Transit that would provide Nepal access to inland waterways of India. So revised Treaty of Transit that would provide Nepal access to inland waterways of India. So revised Treaty of Transit that would provide Nepal access to inland waterways of India. So revised Treaty of Transit that would provide Nepal access to inland waterways of India. So trade, connectivity and development. Third is political. I'm feeling so tired. Political cooperation is priority partner of India under the neighborhood first policy. हर किसी में यही लिख दो. Priority partner of India under the neighborhood first policy. So political, economic, trade and cooperation. Then when it comes to political में ही and political strategic में, that multilateral cooperation, we are a part of BBIN, BIMSTAC, SAARC, International Solar Association. So BBIN, BIMSTAC, SAARC, ISA. So political, economic, connectivity and development. Again, I have not put it into charging. I don't know why I do such stuff. Political, economic, connectivity and development. Again, I have not put it into charging. I don't know why I do such stuff. Political, economic, connectivity and development. Again, I have not put it into charging. I don't know why I do such stuff. Political, economic, connectivity and development. Again, I have not put it into charging. I don't know why I do such stuff. Political, economic, connectivity and development. Again, I have not put it into charging. I don't know why I do such stuff. So trade is there, then connectivity is there, connectivity, trade, connectivity, development, regional treaty of transit that would provide Nepal access to inland waterways, then political and strategic, and then fourth we are having is energy. So political, economic, trade वाला तो ठीक है, अब energy. So we have a power exchange agreement since 1971. So power exchange agreement, power exchange agreement since 1971. अरे यार नया वाला कहाँ पे मिलेगा फाइल्स में? This power exchange agreement since 1971, and India is Nepal's largest export destination. Power exchange agreement since power trade agreement 2024, and power trade agreement export (10,000 megawatt of hydroelectricity). Over the next 10 years. (10,000 megawatt of hydroelectricity, Nepal to export 10,000 megawatt of hydroelectricity over the next 10 years. Nepal to export 10,000 megawatt of hydroelectricity over the next 10 years. Energy, we are having power trade agreement 2024. So we talked about political, we talked about economic, we talked about political, economic, connectivity and development. Connectivity में ये भी है, what have we done in connectivity and development? Revised treaty of transit that would provide Nepal access to inland waterways. Treaty of transit, revised treaty. First cross-border petroleum pipeline, we can write it in energy only. पहला ये, first cross-border petroleum pipeline. First cross-border petroleum pipeline in South Asia, connecting Motihari to Amlekhganj. Motihari in India, to Amlekhganj in Nepal. So first cross border 2019 only, अभी नहीं बनी है. First cross border petroleum pipeline South Asia connecting Motihari in India to Amlekhganj in Nepal. So we are done with political, economic, trade and connectivity, energy. Apart from that, defense. Wait, defense में we have something here. Not really. Surya Kiran, recruitment of Nepali soldiers in the Gorkha regiment. Soldiers in the Gorkha regiment. And and Surya Kiran. So energy के बाद defense is also done, right? Then we should move on to culture. Culture, disaster management. People to people ties. Swadesh Darshan scheme. Swadesh Darshan scheme. Has Buddhist and Ramayan circuits. So Swadesh Darshan scheme has Buddhist and Ramayan circuits. Swadesh Darshan scheme, which is having Buddhist and Ramayan circuits, and then we are having disaster management. Following the 2015 operation in Nepal, New Delhi was the first responder as it carried out Operation Maitri and Vaccine Maitri initiative. Operation Maitri, earthquake. Operation Maitri 2015 earthquake and Vaccine Maitri. So disaster management is there. Then water cooperation, culture, Swadesh Darshan scheme, cross-border QR payments. So integration in science and technology, right? Cross-border QR payment is there. Now I want to check certain things. So we देखो पहले तो डायमेंशन सोचो अपने माइंड में. ओके, ट्रेड इज देयर, इकोनॉमी इज देयर, कनेक्टिविटी इज देयर, पॉलिटी इज देयर, उसके सिवा एनर्जी इज देयर, डिफेंस, कल्चर, डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट एंड साइंस एंड टेक. डिफेंस, कल्चर, disaster management and science and tech. So defense, culture, disaster management and science and tech. Defense, culture, disaster management and science and tech. Defense is there, culture is there, disaster management is there, and science and tech is there. Defense, culture, disaster management, science and tech. Defense, culture, disaster management and science and tech is there. Now we need to know the key challenges, but before this I had to search on ChatGPT. So I waste a lot of time on ChatGPT, but still I'm so addicted to it. I don't know how to overcome this. Tell me the recent data. I have quoted in that in 2024 I had written in my notes that India is the largest trading partner of Nepal and the highest source of FDI. Is this still true? Quote me the recent source. India is the. So we talked about trade, largest trading partner, Birgunj yaad rakho, revised treaty of transit, Birgunj. The official from the embassy. I am asking of now, now means 2026. Sometimes ChatGPT, the statement is still valid. India remains Nepal's largest trading partner and the largest source of FDI. Perfect. So we have used this point. Now let's come to key challenges. Challenges क्या थे? Major issues इन्होंने क्या कहा है? Border issues, China, trust gap, इनका देखते हैं. Political volatility issue related to customs, border security, China, economic disruptions. ये better है. Political volatility. Political. The weather is so nice. I want to go upstairs, but then I want to record also. Ethical dilemmas, political volatility. Since 2014, there have been 17 exchanges at the head of since 2018. Political volatility. Political volatility, Gen Z movements, fragile coalition, deep-rooted factionalism. I don't know if I should write this point किसी और country के बारे में. ठीक है, political volatility. Second is issues related to customs and border trade.